The weather's changed a little bit, that's for sure. It's nice and fresh out here today, but we're looking forward to getting back into it with the Brumbies. Tough month for a few of us in June, so it's nice to be back.
Yeah, how's the week been leading up to this one? A bit of a shorter preparation?
Yeah, it has been. We haven't had too much of a chance to train as a group too much. We've had a few sessions and what we've done's been good, so I think we've known this is the way it's going to be right from day one, so we're looking forward to playing.
Do you think the cold will have any impact tomorrow night, especially with for the Queenslanders?
Oh, look, that stuff's it is what it is. I suppose that's they've got some of their coaches have coached down here before. They would have spoken about it, I'm sure. And but when you get out there, it's not an issue. I think it is going to be pretty cold though.
Bit of a different backline for this game tomorrow night. Obviously, Matty Small's back and Benny Hine getting his first one on. It's a fresh start, I guess, for some.
Yeah, it is. I think Pup played really well in the test last week, so it's nice to have him back in the team. He's got a lot of experience and will give the back line some direction along with Christian and Heine. He's trained really well. He's played really well in the trial game early in the year and hasn't had a chance up until now, so very happy for him to be out there and playing. He's playing number 8, which he probably hasn't played a lot of, but I think he'll do a good job.
What is it about Heine this week that everyone thinks he can make that step to the next level? I think he's got a contract for next year.
Yeah.
But is he just a hard worker or?
Yeah, he's worked hard. He's nice and physical and abrasive. I think as a player, he's still pretty raw. He hasn't played obviously any Super Rugby, but he's nice and physical, and that suits how we want to play the game. So. He's shown that in training, and I think in the way he's played for Tuggeranong as well in the local competition, and that's important as well to see players play well in local footy and then come through and get their chance at the Brumbies, and that's a really nice pathway.
Because they're going to throw a lot at you at the breakdown with their back row, aren't they? Tui, Gill and Brown in there.
Yeah, they're hard on the ball, particularly Gilly. We all know what he can get up to there at the breakdown, so that's an important part of the game. If we want to be able to play, we need to be strong in that area.
What do you expect from Queensland? Because we were talking the other day about you guys go away for the month-long break knowing you're coming back to chase finals. They've obviously got a different sort of motivation, or they've got to find different motivation anyway.
Yeah, I think every team is going to be different after June, but they would have worked hard through that period, I'm sure. I think it'll be very physical. The trial match we played up there was physical, so I think that part of the game will be no different. They've picked a few guys probably with an eye to the future there, so they'll be looking for those guys to make their mark at this level.
Big match-up in the midfield as well, Tavita and Samu Karevi. How do you see that one going? They were going pretty hard at it for that Wallabies 13 jersey too.
Yeah, well, they played 2 of the tests together as well, so they'd know each other pretty well, I imagine, and as will most of us out there. Look at the front row as well, and I was playing with their 2 props last weekend, so that's the way it is with the structure of the season. And you just put that to one side, don't you, when you're playing for your club, and that's the way it's going to be right across the field.
I guess you played with them last weekend, but also playing for them next year, going to the Reds. I know you played against them in the trial, but different in Super Rugby, is it? Or is it the same sort of approach to what you would have had at the start of the year against them?
Yeah, no different. What happens next year, I haven't thought about it all. So, there's a lot of motivation here to finish the season really well and do as well as we can in this competition. So, as far as what's happening next year, I haven't given it too much thought.
And we spoke to Farge yesterday about disappointment of Wallabies and using that to come into here. Like, how are you feeling post-Wallabies?
Yeah, look, after the weekend, you feel obviously pretty shattered about the result. We did a lot of good stuff there, but just not enough to get the results, and that's disappointing. But like you said, it's nice to have something to move into straight away and something to play for here. And it's a good bunch of players here that have all been looking forward to us getting back. So that's kept everything pretty positive this week. And what's done is done now, and we just need to look forward. And I think Super Rugby is an opportunity to work on things that perhaps didn't go so well for us in June, and that's the case right across the teams.
Well, that's what I was going to say. Build some momentum into the Rugby Championship if the Rebels start to play well. Brumbies, Tars, potential finals, I guess.
Yeah, I think that momentum is important, but we haven't looked beyond this game. We need to fire in all of our games remaining, and this one's really important for us. It can be a tricky week coming back from test matches and getting the team back together. We've worked hard on that this week, just getting the group back together and ready to play again. So this is an important game.
Just one on the Reds. I don't think we've spoken to you since George has signed up there. Is that exciting for you as well, knowing you're going to play with him next year? It's good signs for the club up there.
Yeah, I think it was probably a surprise to everyone, but you know, the guy's amazing. I suppose the way he's consistently played so well for such a long time, and you know, anything he can bring to Australian rugby in the future is going to be positive.
Bonus points have been spoken a bit about this year, but I guess no more important than this weekend, especially with the Tars going against the Sunwolves as well. They'll be chasing that bonus point too. Do you reckon it'll be a tough one against the Reds, though, as you saying before? You know, they've got some big boys on the bench and, you know, other motivations too.
Yeah, I think we'll go out there and play our game as well as we can, and if bonus points come, then so be it. Obviously, every team's trying to accumulate as many points as they can in this part of the season.
Yeah, and obviously with how close it is with the Tars, obviously on the same points. No better team, I guess, to be locked up with on points, I guess, being such fierce rivals. Is that something that kind of stays in the mind too?
Look, I think we don't have too much time to worry about the other teams and their draw and all that. We just need to play as well as we can. This week's an important game in the context of the season, so you know, we need to go out there tomorrow and play our best footy. And like I said, it's a tricky week with everyone coming back together, but we need to make the most of it.
Are you looking at it a 3-week block, Steve, given you've got 3 games to go before the playoffs? Are you looking at it from that point of view?
Yeah, I guess we always knew this block of games was coming, and before we went away in June, we knew our season was still alive. So, but in terms of 3-week block, I guess you can look at it any way you like. But we have really focused on this game, and this we've had a short preparation. We haven't had too much time to train together, so this is an important week for us to try and come back together really quickly.